a good choice.
Hey, Dave, you ever show some, we got the award, that's just so. We got the award. Nice. He's just Jerry. Oh, CSC. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, turn these on.
I'll probably do the poll. I will probably ask.
I have 3 p.m. by our watch. Or we can go ahead and call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. I could get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Got a motion by the sheriff, support by First Lieutenant Bao. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Or no opposed, motion passes. Next item on the agenda is going to be the appointments and the election of the chair and the vice chair. So I'll open up the floor for recommendations for the, first we'll start with the chair position.
I nominate Chief Cuevas to continue.
I'll second.
We have a nomination and support for myself to continue in this current spot.
I would make a nomination that move that the nominations be closed and cast unanimous ballot.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. I will continue as the chair, and then I'll open it up for vice chair. For a motion.
Nominate sheriff to continue as vice chair.
Nomination for the sheriff. Do we have support?
I'll support.
We have nomination and support. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of the sheriff continuing as vice chair signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the sheriff will continue as the vice chair. Approval of the minutes is the next item on the agenda. This is from the November meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented. Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And now we'll go into the financial report.
Okay, you had 2 financial reports attached to the packet. The first one was for 2024. And we ended up, bottom line, we ended up at, well, it's actually not bottom line yet. Expense totals are at 96%. And then revenue totals are at 75%. And the reason they're at 75% is because we've not received all the fourth quarter payments. And the 96%, I spoke with Tracy today, and she advised that we will still have some payroll or other expenses from 2024 to finish out that year. And then for 2025, you'll see that we are currently at 2% in the expenses. And that is due to a couple of, we have, if you look at line item, the communications 850, that's MDT fees. And then the computer software is at 1,000. That was, we just did a core server update. And that was that cost. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So we can assume with the added expenses will be at about budget.
Correct.
Any other questions for Lieutenant Purdue on the financial report? Okay, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to put the financial report on record.
So moved.
We have motion and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item is the director's report.
Okay, your director's report was attached to the packet. The only thing I do want to highlight is our staffing. We were at full staff for about 4 months. We have since our last meeting, we had one of our dispatchers, Bradley Hayes. He was promoted to road patrol and his last day in dispatch was December 28th. And then shift leader Adam Warner has requested a 30-day leave of absence. So we have an open shift leader slot as well. So we are still receiving applications pretty much daily and processing those as they come in. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions for Lieutenant Purdue on the director's report? Okay, hearing none, we'll go into existing business. It's the next item. We don't have anything existing. Our next is new business. And the only item that we have under that is the general public representative vacancy. And as of this time, we have one vacant position on the board for citizen at large. And we are going to go ahead and stand by on that as the commissioners are going to look at that position as well and making decisions. The new commissioners have just been appointed, so we're going to go ahead and send that to the next, put that on the item on our agenda for our next meeting as well. All right. Any questions on that at all, or?
So the commissioners are gonna decide if they want to fill that position or just keep one at large? Is that what you're saying?
I think that as it stands right now, I think we don't have any applicants currently. So we're just gonna go ahead and let that go until
Operate as is until.
operate as
something applies?
is. Mhm.
Gotcha.
Commissioner, you have a question?
Yeah, I will pose that to the board at the next meeting, probably at Ways and Means. The fact that statutorily required, we need one. And we have two. Just ask what their pleasure is. Can we operate within the confines of the requirements, or do we want another?
So the state requirements are, you only have to have one.
Mhm. Yeah,
Double check the bylaw.
So if the bylaws state two, we just need to change the bylaws
Change the bylaws, true.
to match the state requirements.
mhm.
Does that just require a vote then?
That requires a vote from this board.
Change the
Change
bylaws.
Okay.
The general public positions are not a statutory position.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's only 3 statutory positions on this board, and that is not one of them.
Mhm. State police, sheriff, and firefighter.
Correct.
That's it. Any other questions
We
or?
can eliminate all of our
That's good.
positions.
That's right. We've, over the years, we've have changed the makeup of the board. I mean, Commissioner Collins, he was here during all that stuff as well. I mean, back when he was with the city of Adrian, and then as our commissioner representative, I mean, it's changed a little bit. But our current makeup has been this way for a while, over 10 years, I would say, roughly. So, yeah. Okay. Any other questions about that? Under the new business, under the general public representative? None? Okay. Public comment. We don't have anybody in the gallery currently. Do we have any online questions at all? Okay. All right, excellent. We don't have any public comment there. Last item on the
Motion to
agenda.
adjourn.
Okay, is for adjournment. We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have support for that motion?
So move or support, excuse me.
You have some motion and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.